Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Rare Coins Treasures. Imagine this. You're holding what looks like an ordinary penny. Brown, faded, nothing special. You toss it into a jar, spend it at the gas station, or maybe lose it under the couch. Cushing's dot. But what if I told you that very penny could be worth $750,000? Yes, you heard that right. One U.S. Lincoln cent from 1982 without a mint. Mark has sold for an astonishing $765,000. Now here's the scary part. Most people have no idea they're sitting on these hidden treasures. Some of them unknowingly spend them, never realizing they've just given away a fortune for a stick of gum. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why this coin is worth millions, how to recognize it, and why time might be running out if you want to cash in. Unfortunately, it's not hiding in your car's coup folder next to 3 French fries and a melted chocolate bar. Or is it? Better check. Let's step back to 1982. A pivotal year in U.S. coinage for decades. Pennies were made of solid copper. But in '82, the mint decided copper had become too expensive, so they transitioned pennies to a copper-coated zinc composition. During this switch, 2 different types of pennies were minted, the heavy copper ones and the lighter zinc ones. On top of that, some pennies were struck without a mint mark, making them far rarer than collectors could have ever imagined. One of these 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln cents recently sold for a jaw-dropping $765. Think about that. Something you could literally find in your change could unlock the door to a completely new life. But wait, before you rush to your coin jar. There's one critical detail that separates a common penny from one worth millions. Miss this, and you'll never know the difference. So what makes the 1982 no-mint mark penny so valuable? It comes down to 3 factors: composition, condition, and rarity. If your penny is copper, it will weigh about 3.11 grams. If it's zinc, it will weigh only 2.5 grams. Get a simple scale, and you'll know instantly what you're holding. Condition. Coins graded at the highest levels, what collectors call mint state, can skyrocket in value. Tiny scratches, discoloration, or where it can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. And finally, rarity. The 1982 no-mint mark penny is a numismatic anomaly. It wasn't supposed to exist in large numbers, and yet, here it is, slipping unnoticed. Into circulation. When's the last time you actually looked at a penny? Be honest, most of us just toss them aside like they're useless. But if a single coin could change your retirement plan overnight, would you still ignore it? And here's where the urgency comes in. The number of pristine 1982 no-mint mark pennies is shrinking. Every day, coins are damaged, lost, or destroyed. Which means that if you discover one now, you hold not just history, but opportunity. But how exactly do you find one of these treasures? And what should you do if you strike gold or copper, in this case? Picture this. You're sitting at your kitchen table, sorting through a handful of change. At first, it's boring. Then suddenly you spot the date, 1982, your hands start to shake. No mint mark. You place it on a scale, and the weight confirms. In that moment, you're no longer holding a penny. You're holding a fortune. This isn't just about a coin. It's about what that coin represents: freedom, security, and the chance to create a life of abundance. But let me give you a word of caution. Many people rush to sell their coins to the first buyer who offers cash. Don't make that mistake. Always consult a reputable dealer or get your coin professionally graded. Otherwise, you risk walking away with far less than its true value. And here's the part most people don't realize. The next multi-million-dollar penny is probably already in circulation, sitting in someone's wallet, purse, or forgotten coin jar. The only question is, will it be you who finds it? And if you're thinking, well, I'll never find one, remember, this someone once paid $10,000 for a grilled cheese sandwich with the Virgin Mary's face on it. If that can happen, your penny has a fighting chance. So, go check your coins. Dig through those jars, those drawers, even that dusty box in the attic. Because your financial breakthrough may not come from a lottery ticket, a business deal, or a stock trade. It might just come from a simple penny that everyone else overlooked. Don't ignore the signs. Your future could be hiding in plain sight. And if you found this video eye-opening, subscribe for more rare coin stories that could transform your pocket change into a path toward real wealth. Because sometimes the smallest things hold the greatest value. Imagine this. You're digging through an old jar of pennies in your kitchen drawer, and you pull out a coin that looks completely ordinary. A coin you might have spent on gum or dropped into a vending machine without thinking twice. But what? If I told you that tiny copper coin could secretly be worth over $545,000? Yes, you heard me correctly. $500,000. Hidden in plain sight, the coin, the 1968D Lincoln penny. And today, I'm going to reveal why this simple penny has turned ordinary people into millionaires overnight. Now, here's the scary part. Most people will spend it without ever knowing, and once it slips through your hands, it's gone forever. Let's rewind for a moment. The year is 1968. America is changing. Martin Luther King Jr. had been assassinated. The Vietnam War was raging, and the U.S. Mint in Denver was busy striking billions of Lincoln pennies. Most of them were common, worth exactly 1 cent. But hidden among these billions were a handful of mistakes, rare minting errors, so elusive, so unusual, that they transformed an everyday penny into a treasure worth more than a luxury sports car. And here's the twist. Many of these pennies are still out there, tucked away in coffee cans, inherited coin, collections, and forgotten piggy banks. Some of them might even be sitting in your wallet right now. When's the last time you actually checked your change instead of handing it straight to the cashier like it's Monopoly money? Exactly, that's why most people miss out. And that's why you must pay attention today, because once I show you the signs to look for, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again. So what makes the 1968D penny so special? The answer lies in its errors and varieties. Some 1968D pennies were struck with double dies, where the inscriptions, like "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," appear doubled. Others have rare off-center strikes, where the design is dramatically misplaced. And then there are the near-perfect condition, coins so flawless. They command astronomical prices at auction. Now here's the urgent truth. Coin dealers, collectors, and even big investors are hunting these pennies down. One particular 1968D penny with a dramatic error recently shocked the market, selling for $545,000. But wait, why would anyone pay nearly $500,000 for a coin most people ignore? The answer is simple: scarcity. Only a handful exist, and when rarity meets demand, value skyrockets. Think of it like this. Imagine you owned one of only 10 Ferraris ever made. Would you sell it for the price of a used Honda? Of course not. Same logic applies here. Scarcity equals wealth. But before you start running to the bank with your loose change, here's the real challenge. How do you know if the penny in your hand is the jackpot, or just pocket change? This is where knowledge becomes power. To identify a valuable 1968D penny, here's what you need to look for. Mint mark D. It must have the Denver mint mark, located just under the date. Error patterns. Look closely at the inscriptions. Is there doubling? Is the strike off-center? Condition: a flawless, uncirculated coin could fetch exponentially more than a worn one. Collectors and auction houses are ready to pay life-changing amounts. Got the right one. And here's what most people don't realize. Every day, these coins vanish from circulation forever. People spend them unknowingly, banks recycle them, and with each passing year, the chance of finding one shrinks. So ask yourself, are you willing to overlook that penny sitting in your drawer right now? Or will you take a closer look, knowing it might just be your ticket to a new life, one of financial freedom, wealth, and security for your family? Because history has proven this much, sometimes the path to fortune begins not with gold or diamonds, but with a single, overlooked penny. Check your change. The next 1968D Lincoln penny worth $545,000 could be waiting for you. Let it slip away. If this video opened your eyes to the hidden fortune in pennies, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who might be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. Remember, wealth favors the informed, and you, my friend, are now one step closer to it. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a dull copper penny, and realizing you're holding a ticket to nearly $700,000. Sounds impossible. Think again, because the ordinary-looking 1978 no mint mark Lincoln 1 cent coin, yes, the kind you might dismiss as worthless, has shocked collectors worldwide with staggering auction values. But here's the question. Could one of these life-changing coins be hiding in your collection, your piggy bank, or even your pocket right now. And before you roll your eyes and think, sure, my pennies are worth millions, and I'm secretly Batman too, let me assure you this is no comic book fantasy. This is real, and the stakes are high. The year was 1978. America was caught between economic challenges, rising inflation, and a cultural shift. The Lincoln cent, already in circulation for nearly 7 decades, remained a symbol of stability. But what collectors didn't realize was that some 1978 no-mint mark pennies would go on to become rare treasures, commanding values that make Wall Street stocks look cheap. And here's where it gets fascinating. Not every 1978 penny is valuable. Only a select few, with hidden flaws and characteristics, hold the golden ticket. Now, let's unravel the mystery. Most coins bear a mint mark, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or later, P for Philadelphia. But in 1978, the Philadelphia Mint didn't use a mint mark. That means your penny might appear plain, ordinary. But don't let appearances fool you. The absence of a mint mark is just the beginning. What truly separates the 6-figure pennies are their condition, rarity, and in some cases, unique striking errors, like double dies or off-center strikes. Ever think a printing mistake could make you rich? Well, in the world of coins, mistakes are worth fortunes. Kinda makes you wish your high school essays were valuable for all their errors, doesn't it? One of these elusive 1978 no-mint mark pennies has already been valued at $699,000 in today's market. Let that sink in. A coin meant to buy bubblegum, now capable of buying a luxury mansion. And here's the chilling part. Most people have unknowingly spent or discarded these treasures simply because they didn't know what they had. Every trip to the grocery store, every coin jar left unsearched could mean throwing away a fortune. So how can you tell if the penny in your hand is the one worth nearly $700,000? Let's break it down. First, inspect the date, 1978. Next, check for the absence of a mint mark under the year. Remember, no D, no S, no P. Now, take a magnifying glass and study carefully for striking errors. Look for doubled letters in Liberty, In God We Trust, or even the date itself. Examine the centering, and off-center strike could multiply its value. And if your coin is in mint state, condition bright, sharp details, little to know where your chances of owning a fortune skyrocket. Collectors are in a frenzy. As time passes, high-grade 1978 no mint mark pennies are disappearing from circulation, tucked away in private collections or locked in auction houses. That scarcity fuels demand, and demand fuels million-dollar opportunities. Think of it this way. It's like everyone suddenly decided Beanie Babies were valuable again. Only this time, the money is real. So here's the truth. Every day you delay searching your coins is another day you could be sitting on wealth without realizing it. Don't let fear of missing out turn into regret. Go through your jars, check those drawers, and examine every 1978 penny you own. Because the 1978 no mint mark penny is only the beginning. There are other coins hiding in plain sight that could transform your life forever. And in our next video, I'll reveal one coin even rarer, with the potential to surpass today's record-breaking values. Your wealthy lifestyle may not be as far away as you think. Sometimes it begins with the smallest change, a single penny. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a penny, and realizing it could be worth more than your house, your car, and even your retirement savings combined. Sounds impossible, right? Well, what if I told you that one ordinary 1973D Lincoln penny has stunned the coin world with a market value soaring to $834,000? Yes, you heard that right. A single copper penny, worth nearly $1 million. And suddenly, checking the couch cushions doesn't feel like such a waste of time anymore, does it? But here's the twist. Not every 1973D penny holds this hidden fortune. In fact, only a rare handful carry the secret that could change your financial destiny. Today, we're going to uncover why collectors are willing to pay millions, how to spot one of these extraordinary coins, and what steps you need to take if you think you have one in your possession. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll know whether that jar of pennies in your closet could be your golden ticket or just spare change. In 1973, the Denver Mint struck over 3.5 billion Lincoln pennies, billions an almost unthinkable number. Most of these coins were spent, lost, or tossed into piggy banks without a second thought. But a select few slipped through with unique minting errors, die variations, and unusual characteristics that make them the holy grail for collectors today. So yes, while most of us were using pennies to buy bubblegum, someone out there unknowingly spent a coin that could now buy a beach house. What makes the 1973 penny so valuable? The answer lies in its imperfections. Some rare specimens show dramatic double dies, unusual strikes, and even composition oddities from leftover planchettes. These tiny details, the kind you'd miss with the naked eye, are what separate a penny worth 1 cent from one worth $834,000. Here's the scary part. Countless Americans have already thrown away, spent, or ignored these coins without realizing their true value. Imagine losing $1 million fortune simply because you never looked closely enough. In today's collector market, auctions are fierce. Wealthy buyers compete not just for the coin itself, but for the prestige, the bragging rights, the legacy. The most recent sale of a 1973 penny skyrocketed to $834,000, a life-changing sum, and experts warn that as supply dwindles, the value could rise even higher. So if you're sitting on one right now, you might be holding the key to generational wealth. But before you rush to cash in, there's one critical detail you must know, because selling too soon or to the wrong buyer could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you think you've spotted a rare 1973 penny, don't run to your local bank. Instead, consult a professional grader like PCGS or NGC. Their authentication can mean the difference between a coin selling for a few hundred or a life-changing $834,000, and no, showing it to your neighbor Bob who collects quarters doesn't count as expert grading. This isn't just about a coin, it's about opportunity. It's about transforming something ordinary, something everyone overlooks, into extraordinary wealth. That's the magic of rare coins. They remind us that hidden treasures exist in the most unexpected places. And maybe, just maybe, the path to your wealthiest life begins not with a lottery ticket, but with the pennies already in your possession. So, now the question is, do you have $1 million penny hiding in your home right now? Check your jars, check your drawers, check the change at the bottom of your car. Because while most people ignore these little copper coins, a few lucky individuals will discover a fortune, and the next one could be you. Subscribe now, because in my next video, I'll reveal another ordinary coin that's quietly making millionaires across America. And trust me, you don't want to miss it.